It's time for a Monday morning update. But first I'm going to get a shower and a shave. Right, and we're filming. I'm back. Refreshed. Got half a cup of coffee. Time for an update of what's gone on during the week. So it's last week's sales, and then what sold yesterday, beginning of this week's sales. Apologies for, let me just sit back down a bit. Apologies for being long-winded last week with a 1 hour 40-minute video. I'm splitting it up this week. I'm going to do a separate video for pickups. I'm filming it straight away, but because of the editing, it takes an awful long time on this computer until I get the M2, and I'm going to split them to make it easy for myself and also easy on you watching. So, PS2 game, Disney Pixar Ratatouille, and that was $4.97. It was part of those free posts because I said at the time it was postage on top, but it's not. It was free post because it's part of the multi-listing that I'm doing for all the video games. I'm attempting to get into all the video games. PS2 Slim Glow Stand, blue LED stand, $24.75 from a pickup about 3 weeks ago at the car boot for £1, and £4 postage, $28.75 total. Sony ICF 703 radio, £12 with £4 postage. And a Philips light with Lightning McQueen printed on it, so it was $15.49. That was another £1 pickup, and that sold for $15.49 plus £4 postage. Scale Electric power supply. This was from a £3 pickup, which I split. It was a Scale Electric. I split it. I sold the cars, I sold some of the track, I sold the barriers from around the edge, and I sold the power supply. I haven't sold the little sort of gun-shaped triggers, and I haven't sold the straight track yet, but I've sold all the other parts. I sold the chicane, the curves. There was a jump, and I sold that as well. And that was £11. Now you may notice something here. There isn't as many larger items, and I did fall off on listing the larger items last week, and it's my own fault that the turnover isn't as high because I went for the easier to list items, and really I need to make the effort for at least the first 5 in a day to make sure that they're sort of £25 plus, maybe £40 plus if I've got them available. I need to make that effort because the turnover is dependent on the larger items. So anyway, carry on. Next was the pink, Johnson's Original Pink Baby Lotion, £17 from a £1 pickup at the charity shop, that one. And postage, £21 total turnover. 4 Galactics bowls, Burmese teak, made in England, turned in England I suppose. The teak was made in Burma by trees. Anyway, it was £14. Those were £3 originally at a car boot. £14 plus postage, £18 total turnover. Radio alarm clock. This was a Sony Dream Machine radio alarm clock RCF C218. I know, they have these strange numbers. Radio alarm clocks. I mean, Sony's made hundreds, dozens, probably dozens of models, and they all do the same thing. They tell the time, they've got LEDs at the front, and they have a radio. Some of them have 2 alarms, some of them have 1. This was just a pretty simple 1 alarm FM radio. £12.32 in total. See where my margin is reduced because there's £4 postage. It was £8.37, and a third of it was postage. You know, yeah. So 30% is postage on those. Whereas if it was a £40 item for the same size, it'd be 10% postage. Right. enough drilling that into you. Driller Killer. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. Driller Killer DVD. No, sorry, it was a region-free Blu-ray for anybody in the world to watch. £10.44 and £2 postage on top. Transformers The Ride 3D mug. Universal Studios exclusive Bumblebee on the front in 3D. That was £12 and £4 postage. Again, under £25. And Game of Thrones box set of season 2 on Blu-ray. So it was high definition. I do believe it was region free. I'm not certain of that. But it was Blu-ray box set, sealed. £6 delivered. And unfortunately, the prices on things like this have dropped dramatically. I did have it up for about £8. I sent an offer out and somebody snapped it up at £6. Next, Amstrad radio cassette player, like boombox shape, but it's an Amstrad. So it went for 16 in the end. I was hoping to get 20, but 16 plus postage. It was a big box, £24. So there was £8 postage on that. And what can you say about that? It was an Amstrad. I knew I wasn't going to get huge amounts for it. I paid 4. So after fees, you're probably looking at 12. So I made less than a tenner on something with the £24 turnover. It's not brilliant. Really, on £24 turnover, you want at least £12 profit margin. You want to be in the 50% region of all turnover, if not more. On the larger items, it's more. Nintendo Wii Sports Resort, $6.99. It's the sort of standard price for a disc-only game now, and it only costs like 70 odd pence to post with an envelope. I tend to use the card-backed envelopes because they're a bit stronger, but I've just recently bought a box full and it was like £12 for 100. So 12 pence on top of the postage. The postage is 68. So what's that? 80 pence in total. Postage is going up at the end of the week. Don't forget. Day clocks. This is one of the things I said to you. It's like being hanging around, and really things like this need to be found, listed as soon as possible. This actually got up to £26. It was £22 plus postage, £26 in total. Yeah, example of things that have been stuck in my garage waiting for listing and not got round to it. Well, I got round to it. I listed it. It's not the entirely best price I got for the week, but you know, welcome. Next, Wii guitar. Nintendo Wii Hero, Guitar Hero, sorry. Nintendo Guitar Hero Sunburst Red Octane, tested and working, $39.99 in total. $33.99 plus postage. So yeah, that was fine. Spent 10 minutes checking it over. Actually, I think I checked 3 or 4, and this one was the best of them. So I got $33.99 for that one. $33.95, sorry. Brother P-Touch PT200. This is an older version. I showed you them a fortnight ago. I bought 2 for £1. Yeah, 2 for £1. And I've sold both of them. So that one went for £22 plus 26 plus £4, a total of 26 total turnover. The next thing I sold was a PlayStation Move controller, which just out at the bottom of a box. But I sold that for £8 plus £4 postage, £12. Now there you are, there's a perfect example. The postage is actually £4 in cost, eBay fees, promotion fees. wrapping materials and either a box or a bag. I tend to, if it's a like scrubbed up box made from bits of Aldi box, put a plastic bag over the top for protection and for branding. It just I've been using the eBay bags. So it does come in at £4 with all the materials, bubble wrap, tape, label. I know these are minor costs, but they all have to be accounted for. So £4 is the actual price. That makes that the postage was 33% of turnover. Now I can send a hi-fi out that's £60 and charge £10 on top. Nobody's going to bat an eyelid at £10 or £12 on top if they want a hi-fi. And that postage comes in at 1/7, or just over or just under, 1/7 of total turnover, not 1/3. Then there was the next one, the other brother P-Touch. It seemed to sort of boost it when I sold the first one. And that went for £20 plus £4 postage, £24. So the postage was only like a sixth of the postage on that. You see, big difference. Anyway, that was pretty good because it cost me 50p and I sold it for 20. So there you go, 40x. Yeah, nice. And then there was a 320 gig Freeview hard drive recorder. It's called Goodman's GD11 FVR SD, sort of SD definition, 720p, 32, which means it's got a 320 gig hard drive. There is a 50 version and it's got a 500 gig hard drive on it. So it wasn't worth quite as much as that. I got £31.95 postage on top. £35.95 total. And the last thing was Robert's Play 10 portable DAB radio that I picked up for £2 and I sold for £17.99, and the speed it's sold at, maybe I should have gone for maybe £21.99 even. It was on at 20 and I sent an offer at £17.99. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That was the last thing for last week. So I'll show you this week's now. Oh, total. Like I said, it was a bit disappointing compared with the previous week and the week before. It was £382.85. Which averages, where's my performance, averages at £19.14. So I'm back down to the under £20 when I was in the over £30 range. As I say, it's my own fault for not listing the higher, more expensive items. I did sell more, sold 20 instead of 16 the week before. I do want to be in the region where eBay will give me enough exposure to get 25, 35 sales a week, which would be 5 a day. I'm really not interested in doing hundreds a week again, like when I used to do retail. Because the margins are smaller, you have to do more in order to make enough money to live on. And that means you have to work harder. I'd rather work more clever than harder. 20 sales this week. No, last week. More this week. Building up. And I will put more on, but also more expensive items. I still have plenty of more expensive items. And I did get stuff yesterday, which I'll show you in another video. Right, what's going out today? First thing was this bundle of, oh god, wooden racing track, not racing track, train track with the little wooden trains. It's all quite worn, or at least the trains are. The tracks doesn't really get worn. It's good quality beech, that light beech. There you go. It's all non-branded, but it's the same stuff as like Brio and Big Jigs and the ELC. There's just under 3 kilos there, 2.7 kilos, plus a box obviously. I'm going to put some packaging in there, pack it down nice and tight. It will go with large parcel, sorry, medium parcel. So the postage was £8, it cost £20. I sold it for £20. This was part of a bundle of train track, plastic train track. There was a big bundle of Trackmaster train track, which I haven't processed yet. This was just off the top of it. It was all in the same box. The whole lot cost me £10. That I've just sold for 20. So the rest of the Trackmaster track costs me nothing, and I mean there's a lot of it. So I will make good money on that. I made good money on that if you include that. Even that at £10, I'm making, I don't know, maybe £6 profit total on the whole lot up to now, without selling any of the Trackmaster stuff. But it had been sitting in the garage waiting for processing a long time. So I will get round to some of that. You saw me pick this up last week. I sold this. Didn't think this would last long. And I'm sure that if you saw it when I picked it up, you knew that it wouldn't last long. $29.99. It's good, it's fresh, it's new in the box actually. Plus £4 postage on top, $33.99, which is nice. And how easy is that to pack? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of bubble wrapping that, shoving that in the box, cutting it down to the right height. So that's, yeah, that's a really good margin. Cost me £2, sold for 30. Even with the fees off, 30, and promotion, because it was sold via promotion, but no offer. You're looking at, so I come away with £25, cost me £2, £23 profit on that item. Pretty good really. Here's one of these. Yeah, that way around. It's a fart gun, or should I call it a Despicable Me Minions flatulence blaster. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've called it a fart gun in the listing. Minions fart gun blaster. And it sold to somebody in Italy. And you know they've paid £20 delivery on this. They've paid my £4 delivery to the eBay GSP in Lichfield. And then they've paid, what, about another £15–16 on top to get it delivered to Italy. But I got my £10 for that. Cost me £2.50. After the fees, it's about £8.50. So I've made £6 profit. I did show you this one last week, which is the same one. And so officially this is my first listing of the week. I went into the listing, I changed the 0 to 1, so that's now on sale. I did actually change the listing to say that it wasn't specifically the item on sale. I just put, look at the pictures for the condition of the item on sale, as opposed to this is the item on sale. It's technically correct. It's not the exact same item, but the conditions is basically exactly the same. And then the other big, the other sale of the weekend was this. It's small actually. It's a JVC Mini DV video recorder. There we go. Let's get it the right way around. There we are. In its bag, like shoulder bag with a strap, with a power supply and a plug. This is the one that I sold the the new JVC mini DV tapes out of last week, and I think I got £12 for them. They were in here. It's nice enough and it's working fine. It's got a battery. This battery isn't charging, so I've sold it as not charging. They know that. I shall bubble wrap it, put it back in its bag, box it. I got £64.95, which is about £20 more than I sold it for last year. So that covers all the postages I lost last year. So that's not bad. Plus postage on top. So £70.95 in total, which is nice. Because that rescues yesterday's postages. It rescues yesterday's sales from mediocre to not bad at all. So that was £163.76 for 4 items, which, you know, anybody can work out is £41 an item. And that's much better in the range of where I want it to be. So, not bad at all. Ongoing, that's exactly what I want to be doing this week. Finding items that are £30, £70, forget the little fart gun, I've already listed it, and £28. More of those, 5 to 7 a day of the £25 plus items before I think about all the small items like, you know, batteries or chargers or board games or anything that's going to be in the region of 10 to 15 to £20. Those items are okay, there's nothing wrong with them. Their margin on them is okay considering I pay £1, £2 an item. They're all good, but they're not £25 profit on a £40 item, which is more than 50% of the turnover. I really want to be doing more than 50% of turnover, and the way to do that is to have larger items. For instance, DVD recorders, Blu-ray players, even DVD players that I've picked up for £2 or £3. Once you've bought a remote, it might be £8 or £10, but you can sell them for £20, £30 if they're good quality, or if they're unlocked, you know, region free, the Sony ones. I did actually get a Panasonic unlocking hack remote last week, and I'm going to unlock a couple of Panasonics. Just like the Sony ones, there's a big long list of items that you can unlock with it, and so that's what I'm going to try for doing this week. Larger items. I've got today and 3 more days of March left to work into my sell enough to buy a Mac Mini scheme. I've actually turned over a lot more than last month. Obviously, March is a better sales month than February anyway, but compared with March last year, I've done really well compared. That could be because last year I wasn't making real efforts during Q1, mainly because I was aiming for Q3, Q4, and I did really well especially in Q3 last year. I'm waffling again. I'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and what's the other thing? Like. Sorry about that. There should be some things coming up here. If you watch something else, come back in a couple of days for my pickups on Sunday. I'm going to film it now, but it's going to be a separate video because of my editing skills. See you there.